bring our viewers back to Delhi. Siddhant, Anshul, Yash, they're all deployed outside the AICC headquarters. You can see how Pawan Khera, who was speaking to Siddhant just a short while back, has now boarded that bus and is speaking to the media. So Siddhant, it is courting arrest for all the senior leaders of the Congress party. I can see Shashi Tharoor also in that bus.
Well, that's correct, Arunima. They all have been detained and will be taken to a nearby police station. And in fact, last time around also the senior leaders were detained. But last time the allegations came from the Congress party that they were manhandled. And in fact, Congress party in fact, Delhi police went inside the Congress party to Congress party office to detain these workers. But this time around, there was less confrontation between the Delhi police and the Congress party Karyakartas. And in fact, Arunima, I did speak to Mr. Pawan Khera and Kanhaiya Kumar a short while back, and now they have boarded that bus. I can also see Harish Rawat standing right at the gate of the bus, and now this bus is also leaving. So almost the entire Congress party senior leadership has been taken to the police station, and you know they were protesting outside the AICC office since Section 144 is in place, so they have been detained, and you know and they're making this allegation that they wanted to protest in a peaceful manner. They wanted to go to ED office along with Gandhis in solidarity with Gandhis, but they were not allowed by Delhi police. In fact, we were present very much at the spot outside the Garvi Gujarat Bhavan, where this heated argument between Deependra Hooda, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Imran Pratap Gadi took place with Delhi police, and they were asking Delhi police to open the barricades. But Delhi police did not open the barricade. They returned back to AICC and started protesting. And now there you see the bus is leaving. The bus is leaving for the police station. So first the junior level Karyakartas were detained. Now the senior leadership has been detained, and almost the entire cadre has gone to the police station. The entire area Akbar Road. I can see more policemen than the Congress Karyakarta now. The RAF teams are here. Delhi police is here. The other paramilitary forces are also on the Akbar Road. So now the police has outnumbered the Congress Karyakartas, because more than 4 buses filled with Congress Karyakartas have left AICT and have gone to the police stations. All of them have been detained. They were given enough warnings not to protest, not to take law in their hands. But this action was taken only when they were not ready to free the road outside the AICC headquarters. There also you see some of the protesters have stopped the bus. We are giving those visuals for our viewers. Police was taking these protesters, and some of the protesters stopped the bus, and the drama is continuing on the Akbar Road. So
right.
So we are
Siddhant,
giving you these
catch your
shots.
breath. I'll come back to you,
Akbar
but let
Road,
me cross live to the Enforcement Directorate as well. Ashish Mehrishi and Anvit are keeping an eye on ED. Ashish, talk to us about what is it that Enforcement Directorate wants Sonia Gandhi to answer. Is it a follow-up to what Rahul Gandhi has told them?
Well, in fact, Arunima, the Enforcement Directorate is going to ask questions which have already been asked from Rahul Gandhi. Majorly, Enforcement Directorate looks at the money trail. And if you remember, even in the case of Rahul Gandhi, same questions were asked about the money trail, especially about the money that came in from a Kolkata-based shell company named Dotex Merchandise. And we all know that Dotex Merchandise was controlled by a person called Sunil Bhandari, who was known in the circles of Kolkata as a Hawala operator, somebody who basically takes cash and gives entry. But here the money was returned. But again, if you remember, with that 50 lakh rupees that came, in fact around 1 crore rupees came in, and with 50 lakh rupees they bought the debt of around 92 crore rupees, and with that came in the equity of Associated Journal into the hands of Young Indian, where majority equity is with Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. So they're looking at the money trail. But if you see, what is going to be very important here is that 7 people took decision, Arunima, of 1,500 shareholders. Now, you know that Associated Journal is a very old company. It started pre-independence, around 1938 it started. And, you know, it has been there for a very, very long time. But in 2010, in Lucknow, in the month of September 2010, a decision was taken where we have the names of the individuals as well. 7 people decides takes a decision that the company associated journal should go into the hands of Young Indian. And interestingly, those 1500, when there was an AGM, none of them came. There were no proxies, nothing. So who are these 7 people who actually got entitled to take such a big decision? That is where Sonia Gandhi is going to be asked. Then there are certain purchase of shares by Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi just at the time of takeover. That is also going to be looked at by Sonia Gandhi. But yes, it's going to be tough for her. She's not keeping well because of certain COVID-19 related symptoms, and we all know that she has come out of hospital only a month and a half back. So obviously she's facing health problems, and my sources in the Enforcement Directorate tell me that yes, they are not going to take too long for questioning. I hope she answers all the questions or the Enforcement Directorate is looking at, but it's not going to be as long as we saw in Rahul Gandhi's questioning. You remember it was like 10-12 hours of questioning in the case of Rahul Gandhi. It started at around 11 and it continued till around 11-12 late in the evening. So in all likelihood, Sonia Gandhi's questioning should get over in another 4-5 hours.
Right. So Ashish, keep an eye. I'll come back to you. Rahul Gandhi, meanwhile, has left the Enforcement Directorate headquarters there after dropping Mother Sonia Gandhi and Sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Bharatiya Janata Party, though, is not impressed with this hangama that is going on. Shehzad Poonawala spoke to ANI. Let's listen in.
सवाल संसद पर सवाल। अब क्योंकि प्रथम परिवार जो भ्रष्टाचार का है, उससे उसके भ्रष्टाचार के बारे में सवाल पूछे जा रहे हैं, और वो भी एक ट्रायल कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद, इनकम टैक्स रीअसेसमेंट ऑर्डर के बाद, दोनों ही ये ऑर्डर खारिज नहीं किए गए हाई कोर्ट के द्वारा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा। उल्टा हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट से जब रिलीफ नहीं मिला और ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन की जा रही है, तो ऑल इंडिया कांग्रेस कमेटी अब किस प्रकार से ऑल इंडिया करप्ट कमेटी भी बन गई है और ऑल इंडिया कॉन्फ्रंटेशन कमेटी बन चुकी है कि कभी वो ईडी के सामने राहुल गांधी साइलेंट रहते हैं और सड़कों पे उनके कार्यकर्ता पिछली बार वायलेंट हो गए थे। अब किस प्रकार से कांग्रेस के नेता ईडी जैसी संस्था को, जो कोर्ट के आदेश पर एक केस पर काम कर रही है, जो कोर्ट के आदेश अनुसार ही है, उस ईडी को किस प्रकार से अपमानित करने का, उसकी विश्वसनीयता को खत्म करने का, और किस प्रकार से उन एजेंसीज को इंटिमिडेट करने का, अब्यूज करने का, इंसल्ट करने का एक पूरा कार्यक्रम चल रहा है, आज वो दिखाई दे रहा है। क्या सोनिया गांधी क्वीन है किसी जगह की कि उनसे सवाल जवाब नहीं किए जा सकते? क्या कुछ महत्वपूर्ण सवाल नेशनल हेराल्ड केस को लेकर उत्पन्न नहीं होते? सवाल ये उत्पन्न होते हैं कि क्या कोर्ट भी, जिसने ट्रायल कोर्ट ने मामले को देखने के बाद यह आदेश दिया कि प्राइमा फेसाई यंग इंडियंस एक स्पेशल पर्पस व्हीकल की तरह इस्तेमाल की गई ताकि एजेएल की संपत्ति को यूसर्प कर लिया जाए, हड़प लिया जाए, क्या वो कोर्ट भी वेंडेटा और प्रतिशोध की भावना में धड़क रहा था, जैसा कि कांग्रेस का आरोप है? क्या ये हकीकत नहीं है कि इनकम टैक्स का ऑर्डर आया इस विषय पर और उसको हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चैलेंज किया गया, कोई राहत नहीं मिली? क्या हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी प्रतिशोध की भावना पर काम कर रहे थे?
So that was Bharatiya Janata Party's Shehzad Poonawala slamming the Congress party. In fact, one of the lines that he said is that is Sonia Gandhi queen of some country, that she can't be asked questions by investigating agency. Shehzad Poonawala there on behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party also pointing out that this questioning by the Enforcement Directorate is happening after a court order. But the Congress party workers are not impressed. They've protested throughout the country, even as they court arrest here in Delhi. Outside the AICC headquarters, my colleagues Siddhant, Yash, Anshul have been getting us ground reports. Siddhant,